Hey, swingers.
Welcome back. Just remember, swingers, if you don't wipe your ass, that's gay.
It's pretty gay, bro.
It is pretty gay, bro.
I simply would wipe my ass.
I simply would. Some people think it's gay to wipe your ass, but no. It is you who is gay if you don't wipe your ass.
Like, what do you lose by wiping your ass? Nothing. What do you lose by not wiping your ass? Your dignity and cleanliness.
What are you doing? Slap your face. Look at that. That weasel died. Hey, Roy.
Weasel's wearing a scarf or like a weird neck pillow, and that's pretty gay.
Something like that.
You see it.
Yeah, I think it's a floaty. Cause
You're not supposed to put floaties around your neck. That's very dangerous. That's a great way of choking.
well, where else is it gonna put it? It don't have no shoulders.
Under the arms.
It don't have no arms. You see that thing? It skips arm day. It doesn't do leg day. It skips arm day too. Look at that. Look at that.
Doesn't skip tail day. Put it on the tail.
It's got the miles per hour too. So it doesn't mean it doesn't skip tail. Like, look
I'm
at
just
them.
saying.
They stink.
That
They're
attack
skinny.
looked impressive as hell, but it did jack shit to Dornus,
Yeah, 'cause
our
he's
number
a-
one guy.
He's our number one guy. If you expected it to do jack shit to him, well, we're gonna have a problem. And our problem is you're gonna get your ass beat by Dornus.
But they're my favorite Pokemon.
No one gives a fuck. You shouldn't run with just one. Like if you're gonna run with the same Pokemon 3 times, just run with that one Pokemon one time.
Yeah.
Like, for fuck's sake, it's fucking embarrassing. Cranidos. I want Cranitrace. Mold Breaker. I can never remember what Mold Breaker does. I think it just means he can't get intimidated. In this specifics. Oh no! I think it has something to do with crits actually. It says what does Mold Breaker do?
I don't know. Why would I know?
Cause you're... Well, I'm not gonna compliment you now. I was gonna before.
I don't play this game.
Nope, you don't. Even though it's fun.
That thing looks like a dinosaur.
Well, it looks like a fucking fossil now.
Just like its trainer.
That was pretty funny of me, swingers. Not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Seth. I fucking hate Surdy. What's your favorite Bankai?
My favorite Bankai?
Yep.
There's a lot out there. I mean, there's a lot out there. They just started throwing them out left and right. And you've got the super rad ones, like Kiriku's, Yamamoto's, Byakuyas. But I think my favorite is actually Rukia's. Just because it's so high risk, high reward.
I kind of don't like Rukia's.
Like,
I don't like the character design she gets with it, as part of it.
I don't mind it, but like, if she fucks up, she dies straight up with that Bankai.
Which, like,
Rad.
but like, so high risk. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure like when she's trained with her Bankai more and stuff, that risk gets mitigated and she gets more reward out of it. But like,
It just
the reward isn't that great. Sure, she'd be as note, right?
it was a super high level Quincy.
But like, well, we don't know that. Like,
He nearly killed Byakuya, who is a
Wait.
very strong captain.
he nearly killed a guy. Seth, he nearly killed Byakuya while using Byakuya's Bankai. Like, that's not a good like indicator. Like, Byakuya's got a really good Bankai and was able to stand up to his like somebody who doesn't know how to use his Bankai. Like, it's not as impressive as of a feat as you necessarily think it is.
Logan, he was an end game Quincy though, and you gotta think of it.
He wasn't though. He was like the fourth one they killed. Like,
That was still near the end of the arc. They just didn't kill off that many in the beginning.
You don't know how long that arc was, do you?
Kind of short, honestly.
Yeah, it was a pretty short arc.
It was like, what, 200 chapters?
Roughly. It's only about a third of Bleach.
Like, you can't even...
Trust me, though, like, I think I can just fight everybody here.
Logan, you already fought that guy.
Nope, that was a different guy who just looked the exact same. I don't know if I want to put in all the effort to fight all these guys, so... yeah. But, Seth, like...
Here's the thing, though. If Rukia's Bankai works the way I think it does, it just insta-kills anything within a certain perimeter of her.
That's not what it does.
It freezes you down to absolute zero.
Well, it freezes her down to absolute zero.
And anything within a certain radius, because we see, like, a perfect circle of ice form around her. It's like 100 meters wide.
It's not that big, and that doesn't mean everything in that circle is at absolute zero. But Seth, like... Seth, who do they kill before Asnote?
Basby. Or, no, actually, Hashwolf kills him.
Way later. Seth, they killed Pachi kills?
Which is like 3 or 4.
3 or 4, and only one of them had a name.
No, they named all of them.
Yeah, but one with Royd Lloyd or Lloyd Lloyd, I don't remember which one. Like, none of them were important. They were off-screen kills.
Yamamoto killed one.
Yeah, the other Lloyd.
Yamamoto also killed another Lloyd. And
no, there's only 2 Lloyds.
Yamamoto killed the guy who killed his lieutenant.
Yeah.
He nearly killed Asnote, Basby, and one other guy.
Yeah.
And he would have if it weren't for Basby being a little shit.
What did I just do? Oh, my Pokemon are full health.
They honest to God tried to claim that Basby's flames were as strong as Yamamoto's.
Or at least strong enough to survive Yamamoto. Like, I can understand the claim that he was just strong enough to survive.
But he was fucking burnt. He was crispy.
He wasn't, though. They claim he was completely unharmed.
But that's just not true.
I don't know. I think we will do this cafe. It's going to be a while. Like, it'll be the full episode, I think. But Asnote really wasn't that good. Like, Seth, he's one of the first ones they killed the second time they fought the Quincy's. They killed, I think, just the ones Kenpachi fought, or maybe a couple others, the first time they fought the Quincy's.
And whoever Yamamoto fought.
Yeah. And then Asnote's like one of the first ones they kill the second Quincy fight.
Pernita's got a weird power set.
Dies way later than Asnote.
I know, and I'm kind of pissed that of the people who took him out, it was Mayuri.
Who else was going? Like, who else other than Urahara or Kirikou would have been a good fight for him?
Aizen. Aizen would have been a great fight.
True, but like...
Because Aizen would have just not done anything until he figured out exactly what Pernita was about. He would have let himself get hit.
Yeah, he's a tanky lad these days.
He's a very tanky lad.
He got an arm ripped off and then a hole punch through his chest.
And he could not give a shit.
Well, actually, it did look like he felt it, Seth.
Dude was speaking the whole time when he had a hole in his lungs, and he's like, "Interesting. You think you are steering at Ichigo Kurosaki?"
Yeah, and Ichigo wasn't even there yet, I think.
Yeah, no, like
I don't know how how you could possibly calculate that he was going 17% the speed of light. But it relies on some information that was straight up incorrect.
Like, it relies on the fact that he was moving fast enough to take both Ichigo and Renji's place.
Yeah, but like, you can't know how fast you have to be to do that. Like, I assume they're assuming that Yamamoto can see so fast.
But he was fighting Yawak.
But here's the thing, Seth. It doesn't. Or I'm sorry. I assume like they have to make the assumption of how fast Yawak can perceive, which is a bad assumption because you literally don't know anything about that. And on top of that, even if you do, like, how are you gonna say, like, we don't know how long, like, it was between each of those frames. And on top of that, like, you think he wasn't at the same time as, like, you're also making the assumption that he's only being one illusion at a time, right? There's not, his power lets him make illusions, right? Well, not just illusions, but you know
It's
what
like
I mean.
perfect illusions.
It's more than just that. It's a perfect fucking genjutsu, essentially.
It's mind control, effectively.
Not quite, but like, it controls all 5 senses, right?
He can control what you see, smell, hear, and feel.
Not what you taste.
Probably what you taste.
I mean, that one's kind of moot. But like, so like they're acting like he wouldn't have. Sure, he's taking the place of Ichigo and Renji and himself, but they're acting like at that same time there's not an Ichigo and a Renji like illusion while he's being himself, and then an Aizen and a Renji illusion while he's being Ichigo, and so on and so forth. Which there totally would be. And like, if he can control what you feel, like, you can even argue that he doesn't even have to take the place of the illusion to do damage. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a thin argument.
Like, it's weird. And that arc is just so bad, because there's so many ways that fucking guy should have just been beaten.
Oh my god. I'm still kind of pissed, like, it's rad when the Zero Squad, like, the sword guy from the Zero Squad fucking solos
His elite guard.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit when they get back up and beat him without any effort, though. Like, he literally had them dead. They were corpses. And then Yawak brought them back. And then they claimed they weren't using their full strength because they didn't have the opportunity.
Yeah, why would you give the enemy the opportunity to use their full strength? It's a bad idea.
Hey, you know who doesn't bother to let the enemy use their full strength?
Ichigo.
Well, actually he does, but
Not intentionally.
Katakuri. He literally, Dogtooth, I think will be his name in the translations. But he's fighting Ichigo, or not Ichigo, Luffy, and he looks into the future because he can kind of do that a little bit, and he sees that Luffy's about to use fourth gear, and he's like, why the hell would I just sit here and let you do that? And then he just doesn't let Luffy do it. He buries Luffy alive.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Yeah.
But, like, let's name the number of people who could have beat Ivok, or whatever his name is. Aizen feasibly could have done it on his own.
Yamamoto
Feasibly could have done it on his own.
We already know he had already done it once, and Royd Lloyd, I think, or whichever Lloyd he fought, I think was a perfect of Ivok.
At that moment.
Yeah, and he pulled it off. The only reason, like, he got beat is because his Bankai then got sealed.
Yep. And he was also already tired.
And I think they got the drop on him, too.
And obviously the other answer is Ichibei.
Which is kind of bullshit that Ichibei didn't. Although, like, when you read the manga, the way it's worded, Ichibei comes across as maybe having been on Ivok's team secretly the whole time. It's worded in a really finicky way, like, when Ichibei sends Ichigo and team to go fight Ivok in this, like, the palace, it's worded in such a way, like, after they leave, that you're like, was Ichibei actually on their team?
And, like, why didn't Ivok kill him?
Ivok couldn't. Remember, so long as Ichibei's name was said, he came back. I think Ichibe might just be immortal if someone's willing to say his name, Seth.
It's fucking weird.
I mean, it's kind of like that one Stern Ritter, to an extent. The hero.
Gerard Valkyrie?
No, the other one. The Star?
Oh, Mask the Masculine.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a less powerful version of Gerard Valkyrie.
Well,
Valkyrie could have fucking beat Yvonne.
yeah.
Just through sheer power.
To be fair, Gerard Valkyrie was the heart of the Soul King.
Like, literally.
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
Who else could... Kisuke may have been able to eventually. Like, found a way.
Well, I mean, the fact that... Well, the problem is they'll just claim that Kisuke's... The Soul King was... Or not the Soul King, Evok was so powerful that Kisuke's Bankai's broken ability wouldn't have worked on him. Because that's how Bleach do.
I mean, Ichigo did beat him, straight up. Uryu helped. Uryu probably could have done it on his own if he knew how to do it.
No, I think they had to have a Soul Reaper do the job. They needed a Quincy to shoot the arrowhead to make Evok vulnerable.
Tsukishima might have been able to pull it off as well.
Tsukishima could not hurt his opponents. In fact, how the fuck did Tsukishima plan to beat Byakuya? Tsukishima's blade literally can't hurt his opponents.
He was letting Byakuya hurt himself.
How? I know he got in on Byakuya, but like I don't think he got in Byakuya's range so couldn't attack him without, endangering himself. But like beyond that, like what's Tsukishima gonna do? He has no magic powers. I don't remember how the fight goes. I know that Byakuya eventually grabs Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi and uses it to punch Tsukishima.
Effectively, yes, because he grabs a bunch of petals, puts them in his hand, holds his hand up, and Tsukishima thinks it's Kido. So he walks forward and gets in range.
No. Tsukishima saw that that the blades had gotten too close to Byakuya and then hurt Byakuya, and thought that wasn't part of Byakuya's plan. He knew, he saw that Byakuya had, because he's got that, I think, 60 centimeter range where he can bring Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi into safely. That might have just been Senbon Sakura, not even Kageyoshi.
No, he used his Bankai at one point.
Okay.
And he got hit, but he got hit intentionally, so he could pick up the blades, so he could trick Tsukishima in getting in close, because Tsukishima thought he was going to use Kido.
No,
and in his arrogance, he got close.
No, Tsukishima got close because he saw Byakuya got hurt. It was not... Seth, Byakuya almost destroyed his left arm. Tsukishima thought that Byakuya had hurt himself enough to be out of the fight, I'm pretty sure.
He said, "Oh, you're going to use Kido? I have a counter for every Kido in your repertoire." I remember those words.
I don't remember those words. And, I did read it more recently than you.
I watched the anime.
So did I. That's the one anime other than Dragon Ball... Well, let me rephrase that. That's one of the ones I've actually read all the way through, Seth.
And, I remember putting his hand up, and he opened his hand, and he blew a fucking hole in Tsukishima's chest.
Yeah. Which was kind of rad. One of the few times that somebody gets killed in Bleach. Most of the time, people live.
Yeah, no, it's amazing how, few people die in Bleach.
At least...
Hollows die left and right. Nearly all of the Espada die, sure. Quite a few, Arrancar die.
Only two of the Espada live, right?
Grimmjow
and Hirabel.
Yep. And I'm kind of glad that Grimmjow lived.
Yeah, I'm not upset by that at all.
But I think I would have been more okay with not Noitora,
Ulquiorra
living.
Yeah, but the way that fight went, Ulquiorra was never going to live.
No, but if anyone had a shot of living again and tanking a Acero from Ichigo, it was probably Ulquiorra. The problem was...
anyone who was ranked higher than Ulquiorra.
But the problem was it was point blank.
So for this Pokemon, we're gonna actually switch to 420 #Blaze it.
So like, here's the thing: if Ichigo was fighting Halibel instead of Ulquiorra, do you think he would have won that fight?
No.
You don't think so?
Nope. Halibel is a more powerful and, let's be honest, more experienced fighter. Like, argue what you want based off what you see, but she's ranked higher than him, than Ulquiorra, for a reason.
We don't know how much higher she is, though, and
She's
Ichigo was
3, he's 4. Seth, we're pretty sure she is a Vastolorde. It is iffier on Ulquiorra.
We're pretty damn sure he is.
Yes, because he doesn't have an animalistic transformation. But you can also argue he kind of does. Because he looks a little,
Bat-like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Halibel looks a little shark-like.
yeah, a little. So it's quite possible that neither of them are Vastolorde.
You gotta
They might be
remember,
at Hucha.
Stark's fucking resurrection has coyotes, literal coyotes, as part of it.
No, he doesn't. What he does is, in his resurrection, he rips out part of his soul pressure. He turns part of his soul pressure into Coyote's second attack. That's a little bit different. But we can talk about that next time on Tire Swing Gaming.
I think... come on. Where's my mouse? Oh, it's not even...
Oh my god, Seth.